That should scare you. This should scare you. Are you prepared? Drum roll, please. If you have any concern, but as to why I think we can wait. Go ahead, give that a computer drug dealer. Sure.
Yeah, Kyle's, she's trying to do.
Candy, tell them I would like candy. Would anybody else like candy as long as she's on the phone? Thank you. I do believe you were directed earlier, Stacy. Stacy, thank you so much, but could you just turn that off completely? You were directed to begin with it, and I'm sure that won't be a problem. And again, the candy sounds delicious to me. Okay, let's get back to that original. I want you all to look carefully. This is me with the reason I behave as oddly with eldritch behavior that I do. Looks like a sweet little old lady. This is my gambling was what she stated was her therapy. Again, it explains a lot. Don't you think? Don't you think? The gambling was her idea of a good time, calmed her down. She spent every nickel she could possibly spend until they put her in this nice little home. So she can't do that anymore. However, September 1st, I am in the Manteca area to celebrate my year. This year. This year, September 1st? Yes, okay, September 1st. And thank you so much for calling me on that, because that's important to know that, yes, this is a current picture of my mother and myself. So this, yay, so nice, because the previous years we were, of course, stuck with what? Why couldn't I visit my mom? COVID, and the fact that she would be watching her show. So I hadn't seen her in all that time, and thank you for pointing that out. And I was in the area to visit my best friend, and my mom said, "I'm sorry, I'm watching my show." I said, "Mom, I'm outside the door," and Mom really and truly said, "But I'm watching my show." So I could not visit my mother, because she would rather watch her show and gamble on the fact that I would come back another time. And she was right. She was right. She took that gamble and she was correct. Meanwhile, she gave me on this first of this September 1st, she gave me $250 to Stacy. I'm sorry. It's
Stacy, if you bang it on the table, it'll shake up better. Just bang it like 3 times. Yeah. Sorry, Kyle. I mean, you know, we might as well get her settled down, right? Yeah.
2 women I thought would be banging at the club, you'd be the 2. Yeah, I love that. So thank you so much. Yeah, including my mom, caller. Okay, she would stop her show for that, for a good quote. You know, that. Meanwhile, how did you use the money? Thank you for asking again. She's a superstar, this one right here. We went gambling because that is what my daughter, my younger daughter, wanted to do for her birthday, which was September 2nd, which is one of the reasons I was not here. I was disappeared in my, well, you could say my sort of eldritch way. I busted out, did not come to Toastmasters because I was gambling with my daughter. Now, my daughter is as shy as I am an extrovert. She keeps quiet because she doesn't want people to look at her. Now, I want you to take a look at me. She looks exactly like me, only brunette, and 5 inches taller than I am. 6'3" barefoot. She has hoped since the time she was a little guy, which is hard to believe she was ever a little guy, but she was, that nobody would notice her. So she's very shy and keeps things to herself. But she invited 5 of us to go on her birthday trip. So there was myself, she invited my best girlfriend, Pam, who I've discussed before, and saluted in a cocktail. She invited her bestie and 2 of her other best friends. So we are off to go gambling in IO, which is.
What the name was this other friend?
Well, you had Samantha and you had Myra.
Okay.
Myra's a fabulous friend. And thank you so much for asking, because I'm going to show you some pictures as we go along. But let's start back here. Old Maid. Now I
Wait, is it Myra or Elvira? Elvira.
Myra, but I'm quite certain that Myra would be dressed as Elvira right now, because Myra has got it going on. You know what I'm saying? She'd be banging with you and Stacy like, woo, yeah.
Bang, she bangs.
Boom, boom. Oh yeah,
She
Yeah.
bangs.
get it going. Exactly. Is anybody else out there? Does anybody else want to add something?
I was just curious what kind of car you took when you went on a trip.
Well, again, well, how wonderful that you brought that up. We're skipping ahead. I could just get rid of that, forget that stuff. Because the car we took, because again, I just stated my daughter's very shy. So Kian and her name, my daughter's name is Kian, nobody asked. Her name is Kian, K-I-A-N, which is an Irish fairy, because, well, you know, I hadn't quite birthed her yet, and I saw her as a little teeny tiny thing. I didn't realize she was going to be, but you know, Kian, it's a fabulous name, and she's a fabulous girl. Anyway, very shy. Myra, her bestie, knows this. So we drive up. Myra says she's going to drive her great big SUV. We drive up, myself, my best friend Pam, whom I love more than almost anybody else in the world. We drive up, and Myra's SUV is covered like a wedding car with, it's Kian's 40th birthday. It's Kian's 40th birthday. Now I don't confess that I'm 40. So that was kind of a problem for me. That was kind of a problem for me. But we, nonetheless, Kian's going, oh Lord. And it's all, she's got balloons, she's got, you name it, it's all over Myra's car. Myra was just tickled pink. Thank you for asking, because that was a great thing that we're in this vehicle covered with.
Did you guys pitch in for gas or like?
No. But my gift is going to be lunch that I gambled on was going to be a cheap way out of this 40th birthday party, which turned out not to be quite that way. Anyway, Old Maid, my mom, remember her, little old lady? What's her name? Gloria. Actually, her name is Mom.
Oh, write it down.
Write it down. Her name is Mom. And there's another story with that I'll share another time. Because I didn't know for a long time that her name wasn't Mom. Anybody else like that? Think it was kindergarten that the teacher said you have to write down your mom's first name, and I'm thinking, but I knew that wasn't the right answer. And I look over here, this little girl wrote Gloria. So I copied her. It sounded familiar. And lo and behold, my mom's name was GLIA. Indeed. So that's my mom's name is Gloria. Back to the gambling. My mom gave me $250 to go gambling that day. So I've got that, but I am not a gambler. So not being a gambler, I only took 200 because I'm pocketing the 50 because I know for sure I am coming home empty-handed. So if I bring 200 bucks, I'm gonna not spend a nickel more than that. Because the truth is, some of us should simply play the candy machine. Now, if I play the candy machine, I'm a winner every time. If I play anything else, I am bound to lose. That's just all there is to it. I'm just bound to lose. Anybody else feel like that? Are you great gamblers? Great gamblers amongst you? Who's the best gambler here, either in the room?
Like actual card games or gambling something else in life or something?
Give us an example.
My wife.
You gambled on your wife or she's a good
She's
gambler?
a good gambler.
Okay, right. Thank you for the clarification.
What is her scheme?
She's plays the slots.
She plays the slot. Well, that's something I didn't know how to do, so she probably should have been with me. I get up there and we're driving out. I've been best friends with Pam for years and years and years. Anybody have a best friend for years and years and years? And you discover that you don't know everything about your best. Do you know everything about your best friend?
Not everything.
Well, I discovered while we're in this vehicle covered with Yay for Candy and 40, I look at Pam and she says, so, Kyle, when did you ever go gambling? I said, I think when Ken turned 21. She goes, that was a while ago. I said, and you? She goes, never been. So my best friend, we discovered at that moment, we're not gamblers, neither one of us, but we were game to go for a ladies' day out. We all love a ladies' day out, don't we? Because if the gals are gone, you guys get to do what you want to do. Am I right?
Sounds fair.
That's
Don't tell.
Good. That's exactly right. Okay. So I have some pictures here. I didn't know for sure. I wasn't gonna take the gamble on PowerPoint not working here. So this is, and I don't know if the guys out there can see us. This is the group of us getting to the casino. Can my friend from Japan see this picture? Yoko,
Why everybody's in black and one person? is-
Yes.
isn't that another interesting thing? Can you see that, Yoko? That everybody's with a black short sleeve t-shirt and blue jean bottoms. Can you see that? Yoko?
No, it's too small. I can't
It's
see.
too small. So I gambled incorrectly. I would have lost that one, just kind of like in the slot machine. Okay, so I dressed in a black top, blue jean skirt. My girlfriend dressed in off-white,
Which was her name? That one?
Pam.
Pam.
My daughter shows up and she's in a black shirt,
Which one's your daughter?
blue jean. She's back here. I'll pass this around. So you guys can't see anyway, so top, you know?
So Pam is not the one.
You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away.
That's perfect. That's
Just wanted
perfect.
to let you know I like to gamble too.
Well, again, you should have come, we should have gone together, because I had no idea what I was going to be doing with this whole gambling thing. So we get out there, we should have had Mrs. Stormeyer, should have had her, should have had Carrie, should have had Stacy, just because, you know, she's banging. She's banging all the time. You gotta shake it, you gotta bang it, she knows when to hold them. But we were gonna play the slot machines. That's what we were going to do. But what they do now in the slot machines is you don't put money in anymore, which was something I was surprised at. You just push the button, push the button, push the button. So here I am pushing the button, and I actually won.
How much?
Well, here's the deal. I'm winning, and then I keep pushing the button.
I
Until-
forgot the name of this girl.
You
This
forgot-
one?
I think that was Pam.
That is Myra.
Oh, it's
Oh.
Myra.
That is Myra. But note how tall Kian is, and Kian is bending down to not look as tall as she is. So 6'3". 6'3". Anyway, so Pam did, back to that, because Tatiana kindly pointed out that I did not finish the story about the clothes. So we all, what are the odds? Talk about gambling. What are the odds that every single one of us wore a short sleeve black t-shirt and blue bottoms, except Pam. So Pam did in fact believe that we had a memo out. But it wasn't true. It just happened to be chance. Yeah, so we thought that was Well, we thought we'd all do really well, or Pam would do really well, but none of us did really well, but what we did have was fun. We had a really great time. So when you go gambling, see the smile? See that smile? That's what we want. We won an afternoon of having nothing but a great time with our gal pals, with my daughter. It was a win. Thank you.
Thank